Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo. I'm back with another one, man. It's been another great week of football, man. A lot of upsets, man. A lot of upsets, man. I wasn't happy with a lot of these games. Some games I wasn't surprised, you feel me? But you already know we're gonna get into that, you feel me? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on the video. You already know we're gonna dive right into it. You feel me? In the first game we're gonna dive into, y'all already know I'm finna talk about my Chiefs, you feel me? Cause I'm salty. You feel me? And it's crazy because y'all already know, like, the Chiefs my team for real. And y'all know that I fuck with the Jaguars. You feel me? Y'all know I fuck with the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence. I be still saying some good things about him, even though everybody else be talking him down. But man, Joe, it was a great game. I ain't gonna lie, it was a great game. I ain't gonna lie. I told everybody I feel like Monday was that it should have been like a game of the week type shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, it lived up to that type of game. It was almost like a playoff atmosphere up in Jaguar. You feel me? But man, one thing that I can say good though from our Chiefs is our offense is definitely starting to move better. You feel me? We're starting to run the ball more. We're starting to get better in the running game. You feel me? Patrick Mahomes still leading the team in rushing yards, which ain't good, but Pacheco's starting to get going more. Kareem Hunt starting to get going more. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. You feel me? And both backs was averaging over 4 yards a carry. So we gotta stick with the running game a little more. You feel me? Defensively, man, I think a lot of players on defense that one putting in a lot of too much effort. You feel me? And so far, in the last couple of seasons, the defense has been like heavy, heavy, heavy for us. You feel me? So when you see players on defense not going as hard or taking plays off, stuff like that, then that's when it started to be a concern. You feel me? But as for Jacksonville, I ain't gonna lie, they just went out there and balled. You feel me? I feel like we was gonna win the game just because coming in, we was the team with the fewest turnovers in the league, but the Jaguars got the most turnovers in the league. So that's what they was looking for. You feel me? And in the second half they end up getting that. You feel me? They got an interception on Patrick Mahomes when he was driving up the field during a great drive. It was a great drive they was on too. They was running the ball good and passing the ball good. Devin Lloyd stepped in front of the interception, took it 99 yards for the touchdown. And I feel like after that play, it was just like a whole momentum switch on the game. Even though the Chiefs end up getting the lead again later on in the game, I feel like that they just rode that momentum that they had off that big interception, and they kept playing hard, they kept playing through. Trevor Lawrence made some big throws. You feel me? He had an interception. He could have had a lot of more interceptions, but a couple of them, one of them got dropped, and another one got back. That I ain't really like on that last drive, but he capitalized, Joe. Buckner kicked the ball out of bounds, put it on the 40-yard line. I feel like that made it a lot more easier for them. You feel me? Then on top of that, they got the pass interference call in the end zone. That supposed to have been an interception to end the game, but you feel me? They end up getting another chance, and for them to win on the game winner like they did is just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's gonna be a play that's gonna be at the end of the year. That's gonna be around, but kudos to the Jaguars. You feel me? They played a real good game. Travis Hunter had some real big catches in that game. Brian Thomas Jr. had some big catches in that game too. And like I say, Trevor Lawrence, he stepped up. My boy Chris, I was talking to him before we were watching the game. He was like, man, Trevor Lawrence got to do something extra. He was like, I don't know what it is he got to do, but he going to have to do something extra. And I feel like that's what he did. He made a lot of big plays with his legs, not even just throwing. He made a lot of big plays with his legs. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, you feel me? The rushing touchdown for the go-ahead touchdown. So, yeah, they played good overall, though. They played good. So, shout out to the Jaguars, you feel me? Um, another good performance that I was seeing that Jaden Daniels he had came back last week. You feel me? Even though they didn't think he was gonna probably play, he ended up playing with a knee brace on. He went out there. Uh, he didn't really look like he was too much hurt. He probably wasn't 100%, but he went out there. He played some good football. They defense, man, I ain't gonna lie, they defense really showed up and really got out to Justin Herbert. I ain't gonna lie, I was really surprised how they defense attacked the Chargers defense. I mean the Chargers offense, especially with that passing attack. How Justin Herbert been just really eating defenses up on his with the passing yards. They was able to keep him at a minimum, and having him like had to check down a lot of times. You feel me? And it took a little time. They started slow. The Commanders started slow, but they ended up taking over that game. So big win for the Commanders, especially coming off that huge loss they had against the Falcons the week before. You feel me? The Broncos was able to knock out Philly. You feel me? That was a game I kind of felt like Philly was gonna lose anyway because the Broncos, even though they ain't too good offensively, defensively, they got some they got some good players on defense, especially starting with Patrick Surtain in that secondary, but they got a couple of more other corners over there, and then they got a couple of people on that defensive line too. So uh, I feel like they was able to. I ain't gonna say they was able to do something. I feel like Philly was kind of changed up their game plan just because the problems that's been going on with AJ Brown, with him not getting the ball. You feel me? And I knowing this was gonna be a good tough matchup with him going against Patrick Surtain, the former defensive player of the year. You feel me? So I feel like they went out there and kind of got away from their game plan a little bit, throw the ball more than they wanted to. You feel me? Instead of trying to control the clock more and then you know scoring when they want to. You feel me? I feel like they got the best of them. That Broncos defense was able to step up and just in the end, man. If you let Bo Nix and them hang around, man, Bo Nix gonna start making plays. We seen that in his rookie year, especially late in the season when he started to catch fire. And he just been still doing it this year. You don't know what they. It's a tough division right now. You feel me? The Chiefs 2-3, then you got the Chargers. They 3-2 right now. Indiana Broncos just winning, they 3-2 right now. So that division just kind of fluctuated right now. So we're gonna see how that's gonna turn out. But Philly, one of the last unbeaten teams, they ain't unbeaten no more. So we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to bounce back this Thursday. You feel me? Um, Patriots knocked off the Bills. You feel me? A real good defensive matchup. I feel like it was a real good game. I ain't gonna lie. The Patriots just found some way to pull out the victory. Drake May made some great throws in the game to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs had a real good game. You feel me? Over 10 catches. He had over 100 yards receiving too. Um, they they was able to pull out that victory, man. They was able to get some stops on Josh Allen, shut down some of the running lanes for him, so he couldn't escape like he wanted to. You feel me? And they was able to make some plays. I was really surprised though. I wasn't really that wasn't a game that I was really I had on my radar or I really thought about. I thought the Bills was going easily. That was going to be an easy win for the Bills. Keep their undefeated season going on, but I feel like the Patriots like, nah, y'all can't overlook us. Still a little decent team. They was like, what they is like 2-2 now. I mean, like 2-3 or 3-2 now. So Patriots are probably a low key, quiet little team that might sneak into the playoffs. You never know. You feel me? That defense playing good. You feel me? Like I say, Drake May, he been making plays lately. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the Patriots team. Is they gonna sneak in the playoffs, or you think they just had one good game against or the Bills was just had an off game. You feel me? Uh, but after that, it ain't no more unbeaten teams. All the undefeated teams. There ain't nobody undefeated no more. So now we gonna see what the NFL looking like. You feel me? We gonna see is them losses gonna start piling up on teams, or are they gonna start bouncing back? Cause the Bills got a nice good game that they got to play next week too. So we gonna see if they gonna be able to bounce back. You feel me? So let's get into it too. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And the next topic we're gonna get into the Cleveland Browns situation. So they got some more dilemma going on. So now Cincinnati been playing so bad, so I guess they said we gonna take Joe Flacco off y'all hands. So they traded for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco on his way to Cincinnati now on a bus. You feel me? Taking a bus over to the next town and shit. You feel me? So he gonna go play for Cincinnati. And they said he gonna start next week. So we gonna see what this look like. But you feel me? Other than that, Dylan Gable got to start this Sunday. You feel me? And he had you feel me? If I had to grade his performance, you feel me? I say I give him like a and I ain't being biased. I ain't being biased just because I want Shador Sanders to start. You feel me? It's just basically what I'm going off and what I'm looking at. You feel me? I give his performance probably like a D plus. You feel me? What's wrong with that? You don't like that? What you say? A D plus is a C. It's like a 72. Nah, not no B minus. Now you pulling. He went 19 for 30. He was 19 for 30. That's only 57% completion rate. You feel me? She had 19 completions. That's only 5 more completions than uh Joe Flacco had in his high this season. And you feel me? He only threw for 190 yards too. That's only 45 more yards than Joe Flacco threw in his last game. You see what I'm saying? He had a clean game. He had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but they only put up 17 points. You feel me? And the way they was running the ball, I feel like they could have put up way more points than they did. But I feel like they they put the ball in his hands a lot. Now other than that, another thing that I was seeing was he didn't throw the ball like I thought, and like I said, the game plan was going to be just like they had in the preseason. Everything was short and immediate. Quick slants. You feel me? Quick out routes, quick in routes, little hitch routes. You feel me? He didn't really throw the ball no more than 6, 7 yards, barely 6, because his yards per throw was like under 5. You feel me? Like 5, like 4.7 or 5 yards. So he really wasn't throwing the ball more than 5, 6 yards down the field. And when he did, a lot of times it was overthrown, especially on third down. He had a couple of third downs where he overthrew the open receivers, or he threw it short. You feel me? So the receivers couldn't make a play to try to get the first downs, or the ball was just short. So that was another thing I was saying. And like I said, he can throw the ball, but he don't got the biggest arm. And since he's short, a lot of those passes gonna be like that. You feel me? They gonna be wide or over the head, or they gonna be short. You see what I'm saying? Now I feel like I feel like their game plan was real conservative. Now if they was gonna be that conservative, then you just let Quinshawn Judkins and the running backs run wild, because Judkins had a good game, another good week. He had over 100 yards rushing. You feel me? So like I said, supposed to implement him in that game plan. Some more. Dylan Gabriel had 2 touchdowns. Now you let the running back get in there and get 2 touchdowns. But ultimately it was just Carson Wentz. I ain't gonna lie, he made some great throws. Justin Jefferson made some big catches late in that third and fourth quarter. Jerome Addison came back, stepped up big. And I ain't gonna lie, man, the way Minnesota looking, they probably don't even go back to JJ McCarthy for real. The way if Carson Wentz for real, if he keep playing like this, and for that go ahead play, that go ahead touchdown he threw to Jerome Addison at the end, it's like, man, if he keep playing like that, he gonna ball out. But uh, everybody else say they gonna put it on the coaches, but yeah, it's on the coaches. But I feel like the coaches' only game plan was like that because they knew what they was going in a situation. Like I said, with Shedeur Sanders, you feel like with Shedeur Sanders and your as your quarterback, you can attack the field downfield a little more. You feel me with him just because when you turn on his tape, that's what he's doing. You feel me? Like pressure on him and everything, he making throws 30 yards down the field, 40 yards down the field. He making them big plays down the field that you want. With Dylan Gabriel, it's so much it wasn't really that. You feel me? Or they don't think he can do that yet. And you feel me? When they gave him the chances to, like I said, on a couple of third downs and on them like I don't know if they was post corner routes or they was just corner routes, but he was overthrowing them like badly. You feel me? So it's like it's some things you can work. It's still some things you can work on, stuff like that. But for him to be talking about he was always ready, so he ain't got to get ready. Well, he looked like he needed to still get ready, if you ask me. You feel me? Like I said, both his touchdowns came within the red zone, within 10 and 5 yards. So, like I said, he never was able to stretch the field, and I feel like that's why they game plan in the second half went to what they went to because you feel me they couldn't stretch the field. You feel me? They couldn't stretch the field with a passing game, or they didn't want to, or he didn't take the chances that he should have took. Then it's like that's what's gonna happen. You feel me? And like I said, he had a clean game. I gave him a D. I gave him a D plus. My boys say C or a B minus, but ultimately they still lost the game. You feel me? Now that's what it's really about at this point. Now it's all about winning games. You feel me? It ain't even about who gonna play the cleanest or not, who gonna put y'all in the best situation and win a game. They was in a good situation to win a game. I feel like just playing that conservative just cost them. You feel me?
Let me ask you this: do you think it would have been a different outcome if the was playing?
I did just because I feel like the game plan would have been a whole different game plan.
You think
Like
they would have won, or you would have had better stats?
I feel like the stats probably would have been slightly identical. I feel like Shador probably would have had a little more completions, But I feel like situational, if they would have still had that lead, they would attack the defense deeper more than what they did with Dylan Gabriel. Just because when you go to the preseason, and I don't like saying it, but that's the only film that you got on these players is in the preseason, though. You feel me? That's the only film that you got on them so far. And Shador game, with his first game that he started, he was he was back there playing quarterback. If he wasn't throwing the ball quick, everything else was for it to develop down the field. You feel me? So he had to hold on to the ball a little more. You see what I'm saying? But with Dylan Gabriel, everything is quick. Everything was quick. Like get the ball out of his hands, get the ball out of his hands, get the ball out of his hands. You feel me? Sometimes he stood in the pocket. You feel me? And tried to make some deep throws. Like I said, it was short. But them the throws that they know Shador Sanders, he gonna make those type of throws. You feel me? Or he gonna take them type of chances that Dylan Gabriel didn't take. You feel me? Because he was just trying to play conservative or not trying to mess up. You feel me? So I feel like the game plan would have been a little different, but the style of quarterback would have been different too. You feel me? Because you got Shador Sanders who gonna probably take that play because he understand the situation of the game. You feel me? Understand like, all right, we got to lead, but we still need to have our foot on the gas a little more. You feel me? We ain't really attacking the defense deep like we want to, so they rolling up. You feel me? Bro. But yeah, I feel like the situation would have been different though if Shador Sanders would have been in the game. I don't think the stats would have been too much different, but I feel like situational it would have definitely went a different way. You feel me? I feel like they would have put up more than 17 points for sure. You feel me? Because that's the same amount of points they put up when they just had Joe Flacco. You feel me? You looking for them to come in and put up more than what y'all already did or showcase more than what y'all already showcased. You ain't really do nothing too wowish. You see what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing too wowish, but not turn the ball over. In which Joe Flacco turned the ball over. That's really about it. You feel me? And then the defense gave up the touchdown after being playing so well over the last couple of weeks. But that's the type of thing that's gonna happen when you finally make your change. And if the defense start to get tired because they've been playing so good, they gonna have plays like that. You feel me? But y'all leave a comment and let us know what y'all think about that. About Dylan Gabriel's performance and what y'all grade him. You feel me? I gave him a D plus. My boy say a C. We gonna y'all let us know what y'all think. Uh, but still though, I want to still talk about the Joe Flacco trade because I'm trying to see about Cincinnati. Y'all know y'all need a quarterback. Jake Browning ain't gonna do it. Why would you go and get Joe Flacco? And he just lost his job. Like you go get a man who lost his job. You got Russell Wilson out here. I mean, Russell Wilson lost his job too, but it's like his team ain't doing too much better either. So it's like Russell Wilson still out here, who younger than Joe Flacco. You still got Jameis Winston out here, who younger than Joe Flacco, who can stretch the ball. And you got two playmakers on the outside who want the ball. Jameis Winston. He gonna try to get both of them the ball. You feel me? He ain't gonna be scared. He gonna be a gunslinger that you need. You feel me? So I feel like that would have made more sense for Cincinnati going to do for go get Jameis Winston, a player like that. You gonna go get Joe Flacco? I don't know. How would you feel if Joe Flacco walk in your locker room? You see what I'm saying? Like, man, you might as well stay with Jake Brown then. Like, what if you go get Joe Flacco? You see what he was just doing, and then the Cincinnati offensive line way worse than Cleveland's offensive line. So I don't know what they was expecting, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen though. You feel me? Another game I want to get into was a real good game. You feel me? I was keeping up with was the Bucks versus the Seahawks, man. That was a real good game, the Bucks and the Seahawks, man. Real back and forth game. Both teams ran the ball good. Both teams threw the ball good. Baker Mayfield, man, gunslinger, man. I ain't gonna lie, he been slinging that ball, and even though Mike Evans been out the last couple of weeks, man, that rookie Emeka Buka been stepping up and making plays. Joe, he had a real big game, man. 163 receiving yards, a touchdown. They ran the ball good with Rasheed White. He had two rushing touchdowns in the game. You feel me? Uh, and then on the other side, the Seahawks, man, Sam Darnold, man, he looking like he worth every penny too. You feel me? It was unfortunate they lost the game, but man, he balled out, man. He 26 for like 32, over 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He did throw a pick, but man, he was balling out of his mind. Smith and Jigma had a big game, 132 yards, a touchdown. Kenneth Walker over 75 yards rushing. So like both teams was just going crazy. It's just I ain't gonna lie, like I said, long as Long as Baker Mayfield playing like he playing and putting them in situations to win football games and not turning the ball over, man, this was gonna be the outcome. And another one more, other than the time against Philly, when Philly took a early lead on them, you feel me? Man, it's back and forth like this. The Bucks looking like they gonna coming out on top every time. You feel me? This another game. It was real close. Came down to a field goal. They was able to get in position. But man, Joe, like I say, Baker Mayfield been balling out of his mind. And at the beginning of the season, go back to the first episode. My boy Chris was in the comments. He's first person. He said, "Man, Baker Mayfield gonna be look. He gonna probably win MVP." And right now he leading the MVP votes right now. And I ain't mad because the way he been balling out, he deserve it because he been really putting the Bucks in a good position to win all these football games that they have been winning. You feel me? If it's been trying to take off and make some plays with his legs or standing in there, got to take some shots, trying to deliver a ball, make sure it's on time to Mike Evans or to the rookie, like how he been going crazy. Man, Joe, it's like, and Chris Godwin ain't even really back yet, so I feel like this offense still can get scarier. You feel me? I know a couple of weeks ago I said, man, they leave a lot of points on the field. Now it's like they starting to pick them points up and starting to put up a lot more points. You feel me? I know defensively they don't want to give up that many points, but man, hats off to both teams though. They both balled out crazy, but shout out to the Bucks though. You feel me? The Texans won their second game in a row. They won. They beat Baltimore, stepped all over them, man. 44-10 or some shit like that. You feel me? CJ Stroud had his best game yet since his rookie year. You might as well say, you feel me? Threw 4 touchdown passes. They went out and balled out, Joe. And it's just like we said. It don't even if even if you ask me, even no matter when Lamar Jackson come back, you feel me? As long as this defense playing the way this is playing, man, it don't even matter who quarterbacking for you, man. If that defense playing the way it's playing, you ain't gonna really have too many chances to win unless you really be able to pounce on top of teams early and go up real big. And then even within, you see that defense will start getting lax and they'll start giving up plays and start giving up a big lead too and put your offense in a situation where it's like do or die. You feel me? So Lamar Jackson supposed to miss another game or two. You feel me? They already 1-4 after the week going into week 6. I think they 1-4, 1-5. They going into week 6. They drop another 2 games, or if they drop another game and he got to miss another game, man, this season really over with. You feel me? He can come back still, try to make something happen, but it's rare you see a team that's 1-6 make the playoffs or something like that. You feel me? So I feel like, man, it's real critical for them to win this next game. You feel me? For them to win this next game, but for them to lose, I was really thinking that they was gonna be able to beat the Texans just because the Texans ain't really been no real strong team like that. They just had got their first win last week. You know, a team like Ravens, y'all looking to make a statement to make sure around the league to let everybody know that y'all still gonna play tough, y'all still gonna play hard, and y'all went out there and just laid down like that, only put up 10 points. You feel me? Like this team got too many. This team got too many players, too much talent on this team right now to be in a situation they in right now, sitting at 1-4. You feel me? So it's like somebody got to make something happen. You feel me? Quick before Lamar Jackson come back. So when he do come back, just like the Cincinnati Browns, somebody got to make something happen for them. So when them players do come back, they're in a better situation than when they left, and they can still help the team try to at least make a push for the playoffs. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, the league, like I said, ain't nobody undefeated no more. We gonna see if some teams gonna build off them losses or some teams gonna fall into a slump or something. You feel me? You never know with the NFL. You feel me? It's crazy right now. So we gonna see how it's gonna turn out. You feel me? Cam Ward was able to get his first win in a crazy ass game against the Cardinals. You feel me? Like the man threw an interception, motherfucker fumbled, rolled the ball rolled into the touchdown. They was like it was just a bunch of crazy shit going on this Sunday. Like I said, it was a lot of upsets, but a lot of bunch of crazy shit going on. You feel me? But like I said, Cam Ward was able to get his first win. I ain't gonna lie, he made some real big throws. He made some real big throws in that game too. After they started putting some points up on the board, he started making some big throws in the clutch to even put his team in some situations to be putting points up on the board. But it's like we said, man, he gonna still need some help going into next year. If they don't probably make no move before the trade deadline or make some moves in free agency or something, probably bring him another receiver or another running back or something, or even help that defense. You feel me? Because honestly, the Cardinals didn't supposed to lose that game. You feel me? But everything just went so wrong for the Cardinals that it just had to happen. You feel me? To them. You feel me? But shout out to Cam Ward. He finally got that first win, man. And like that's why I said when you asked, is they gonna bench Jackson Dart? I said, why you might as well not, cause shit, he only got one win. Cam Ward only got one win, and shit, Dylan Gabriel he still ain't won no game yet either. You feel me? So you might as well let these rookies go and ride it out, do their thing. You feel me? But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about last week's game and some games that I missed that y'all think I should have talked about. Um, Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to in the video. Yeah, leave a comment and let me know about the recap of week 5 about some games or some players that I didn't talk about that I should have talked about. You feel me? And another thing that I want to get into too, cause this has been a real big topic, cause the Jets 0-4 right now. You feel me? The Jets 0-4, and everybody's blaming Justin Fields. You feel me? Everybody blaming Justin Fields. Like, oh yeah, Justin Fields, he ain't no franchise quarterback. He ain't this, he ain't that. Now, his stats ain't really like no eye popping stats or no shit like that. You feel me? He got 754 yards passing. He got 4 passing touchdowns. You feel me? 3 rushing touchdowns, but he ain't turned the ball over. You see what I'm saying? He ain't turned the ball over, and in the most of the games that he played in, uh he been giving them opportunities to win. You feel me? Other than last week, I feel like that Cowboys game got out of hand quick. You feel me? He still was able to come down, throw 2 touchdowns late in that game, no turnovers. But that team just so bad. I feel like defensively, that team so bad defensively that it's falling on his shoulders. You know, when you the quarterback, everything fall on your shoulders. But it's like as far as his play, I can't say that his play is the reason why the Jets is losing. You know, he came out week 1, balled out against the Steelers. Um, that next game, I think he had missed that next game against the Buffalo Bills. He got knocked out early. You feel me? And then these last couple of games he played in, you know, he been passing the ball pretty good, pretty efficiently. Ain't turned the ball over. You feel me? Been rushing the ball good. So like I said, that I feel like just defensively, this team so bad. They lost a lot of players on defense from in free agency, and some players just ain't want to be around for no rebuild or make it feel like it's been no rebuild going on again after going through the Aaron Rodgers stuff. You know, so I feel like yeah, this team just so bad that uh it's making it it's it's making it I ain't gonna say making it look like, but it's showing that even him playing probably at his best because he ain't turning the ball over and he putting them in situations to win that is outshadowing how good his season probably gonna turn out to be. You feel me? So I feel like that's critical for the Jets to get a win just based on Justin Fields' career in the NFL. You feel me? Cause like I don't see how they. I mean, I see why they 0-4, but I don't see how you can put the blame on Justin Fields when you feel me. When the games he did play, other than the ones he missed, when he did play, uh, he putting you in the best situation to win football games. So that was just one thing I wanted to talk about. You feel me? Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about Justin Fields and his play this year. Cause you feel me? He was playing the same way last year with the Steelers, and you know it was 4-1. You feel me? He's 4-1 with the Steelers, so that's why he was. That was why they signed him. That's why the Jets signed him and brung him over to them because they feel like he was able to show a little bit of show a little bit of promise for them to be like, all right, we gonna make you our starting quarterback. Plus, like I said, he got Garrett Wilson over there, a player who he went to college with, who he familiar with. So it only made sense. You feel me? And he been doing good. It's just the team just so bad uh that is getting outshadowed. You feel me? That game against the Cowboys, uh, on a drive to get back into the game when it was 10-3. Brees Hall fumbled right inside the red zone, and that changed the whole complexion of that whole game. They weren't able to put another drive together to late in the fourth quarter when the game was really already set in stone. You feel me? So give them a little more time, man. See if they gonna pull out a win this year, or I don't think they're gonna go no 0-16, no crazy shit like that. You feel me? But we're gonna see what's gonna happen with the Jets season. Gonna keep our eyes on Justin Fields, see how good he keep playing. You feel me? See how his season turn out. You feel me? But Another conversation I want to get into with y'all too is the MVP race, man. Right now, after week 5, you feel me? The MVP race. Number one, you got Baker Mayfield. You feel me? A player that we was just talking about. Second, they got Josh Allen. You feel me? Third, Dak Prescott. He operating number one offense in the league right now, so you got to throw him up in there. Third, Justin Herbert. You feel me? I mean, we gonna we gonna see. You feel me? And then fourth is Justin Herbert, and then fifth they got Patrick Mahomes. You feel me? Even though you know that situation happened last night, the other night with the Jaguars, he's sitting at number 5 in the MVP race. But shit, to be honest, other than them five, I can't really say too many other quarterbacks or players out there right now that's playing a little bit that's playing a little better. You probably want to throw Jalen Hurts. Probably you want to put Jalen Hurts up in there. Since he ain't been turning the ball over, but with the far as his passing stats, is his stats matching up uh with those top five quarterbacks right there that I just named? I don't really think so. You feel me? Uh Man, other than that, you could probably say Matthew Stafford, or you could probably put Aaron Rodgers even in there, but I don't think so. So I feel like that's a real good top 5. Baker Mayfield been playing out of his mind. He been playing real good. Josh Allen, I feel like he just up and Josh Allen everybody gonna always just put Josh Allen. He got a real big fan base outside of Buffalo. Um, Dak Prescott, like I say, he operating the number one offense in the league. You see what he just did against the Jets, even though this the Jets, but weeks before that, he been able to put up points and put up big passing yard numbers. So, like I say, then on top of that, when you operating the number one offense without your number one receiver at top of that, it's like, man, you got to put him up in the fourth. Justin Herbert, I feel like that's a good pick, but I feel like every time you start building Justin Herbert up, that's when he started to play bad. He started to show his flaws. You feel me? Like I said, he was doing good. We was building him up, saying, "Oh yeah, we good. He good. He doing this right. He doing everything right." Next thing you know, 2 game losing streak. You feel me? He ain't been playing too good. You feel me? He been off a little bit, so that's cool. You feel me? Then Patrick Mahomes at 5, I feel like that's a little solid. You feel me? Just because at this point right now, they sitting at 2-3, and everybody just not worried because you got Patrick Mahomes on your team. You feel me? He only got 2 interceptions on the season right now. You feel me? Uh, he had just came off a 4 touchdown game. You feel me? He threw a touchdown this game. You feel me? So I feel like another rushing touchdown too he had in this game too. So it's like yeah, that's another good. That's a pretty solid 5 for the MVP race. You feel me? But to be surprised, I'm just surprised Baker Mayfield at the top right now. You feel me? I'm surprised he at the. Well, I'm not really too surprised because he been balling out, but I'm surprised just because everybody else acknowledging it too. You feel me? The league, the fans around the league, they acknowledging that. You feel me? Baker Mayfield out there, he out there balling out and he out there going crazy. You feel me? So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the MVP race. Is there some other players that should be on there that's not on there, or y'all think this top 5 pretty solid? You feel me? Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what's up. You feel me? So before I get into the picks for next week, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on the video. You feel me? So picks for next week, man. Eagles versus the Giants coming up tomorrow, Thursday night football. And like I say, the Eagles coming off a tough loss against the Broncos. The Giants coming off a tough loss against the Saints to get them their first win of the season. Jackson Dart threw 2 interceptions. He threw 2 touchdowns on top of that. And it's crazy because I did say I wanted to see him pass the ball more, but I feel like at times he got a little too anxious, especially late in that game in the clutch. He threw 2 turnovers, two wild picks that he should have just probably just kept the ball and probably just ran like he was doing early. But like I say, them hits start to pile up, and he started feeling them hits. He didn't want to keep running no more. So I just want to see what the Eagles game plan gonna be going into that game. You feel me? The Giants, like I say, the Giants got a real good front four, some real good linebackers to a real good front seven. They got a real good front seven. So we're gonna see what the Eagles game plan gonna be going into that game, and see if they gonna try to get back in that winning streak. Broncos versus Jets. Like I say, I'm trying to keep my eyes on the Jets right now, see when they gonna pull out their first win and how good Justin Fields gonna play. The Broncos coming off a good game, off a good win against an unbeaten team like the Eagles. You feel me? Let's go see if they gonna build their momentum to finish to start to get hot in the mid part of this season right now. You feel me? We're gonna see what's gonna happen, and that's gonna be a decent little game, I think. You feel me? Uh, Seahawks and the Jaguars. The Seahawks, who, like I said, Seahawks really a real good team right now. They just played a real good team against the Bucks. They just unfortunately they lost. You feel me? But they finna go up against another good team in the Jaguars, who coming off a real good big win on Monday night off a real good team. You feel me? You know they loaded right now, so they ready for anybody. I feel like that's gonna be a real good game right there. Both teams hot going into that game, even though Seattle coming off a loss. Sam Darnold had a real good game, over 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. You feel me? So that's gonna be a real good game. We're gonna see. And he had an interception. He's going against the Jaguars. They lead the league in turnovers. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. The Rams and the Ravens, like I said, the Ravens coming off a loss, the Rams coming off a loss, but the Ravens need this win more than the Rams need this win, if you ask me, especially trying to hold down the fort till Lamar Jackson get back. And when he get back, then you can see like what's gonna happen and what the Ravens gonna be able to do. But it started this week with me. You feel me? The Ravens gotta win this game. They gotta dig deep. They gotta go out there, tell Derrick Henry, man, he gotta go out there and try to have one of his best games. Uh Cooper Rush, you gotta try to build him up, let him know you believe in him. You feel me? Go out there, try to make some plays with Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman them, Mark Andrews them, and see what can happen, man. But they definitely need this win, a very critical win for the Ravens this week. You feel me? The Browns versus the Steelers. Like I said, at this point, whoever the Browns quarterback is, it's all about getting a win. You feel me? They going against the Steelers, who coming off a bad week. Like I was just saying, I feel like the Steelers defense was start to get a little better over the last 2 weeks. They ain't played too big of opponents like that, but they ain't gave up no lot of points. They was able to keep teams at a certain amount of points and able to pull out some victories. Now they going up against a real good defense, and the Cleveland Browns. We're gonna see how what the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers are gonna be able to do. Uh, and we're gonna see if Dylan Gabriel gonna be able to lead them into a win against the Steelers. A defense, like I said, who been playing good. They got some good players in that secondary. Jalen Ramsey, I feel like he he gonna probably be up there for defensive player of the year if he keep his play up right now. You feel me? So that's gonna be a real good game. I'm gonna be watching out for that game, and that's gonna be a divisional game on top of that too. So that's gonna be real tough game. 49ers play the Bucks. And the crazy thing about the 49ers is like at this point, it's like is Mac Jones playing or is Brock Purdy playing? Because when Mac Jones playing, it's like uh he looking like a Sam Darnold from last year. He coming in and making plays for the team and coming out with victories. You feel me? So they gonna play against a real good Bucks team who coming off a real good win against the Seahawks. You feel me? They hot. Emeka Buka hot. Baker Mayfield hot. They ran the ball good. You feel me? If they able to come out there and shut depending on who plays, if Mac Jones gonna play or Brock Purdy gonna play, they able to come in and shut down that passing attack, and the Bucks able to jump on top of that team, look for it to be over quick. You feel me? But at the same time, you already know that the 49ers is a defensive team first. Before anything, they're a good defensive team too. So look for that game to be a real good game too. Uh, the Bucks defense ain't been the best defense, so they gonna give up points. But at the same time, they gonna match them points with the way Baker Mayfield running this offense. So we're gonna see how that game gonna be. Those two real good teams, and like I say, Mac Jones been playing. He been coming out the victories. Brock Purdy been playing. He been having him in position, but he ain't been since he signed that contract, he ain't been really playing up to par like he expected. So we gonna see what that game gonna be like. The Lions versus the Chiefs gonna be a real good game. The Chiefs coming off playing a real good Jaguars team. I said a real good Jaguars team because the defense been playing good. You feel me? So they had that tough loss to the Jaguars, especially late in that game. They finna go up against a real good team in the Detroit Lions, who just came off a victory against Cincinnati. Like I said, the Detroit Lions offense back to looking like the offense of last year. The running game going. Jared Goff out there throwing the ball good. And we've seen what happened when these teams played each other last year. We're gonna see what's gonna happen this year. The Chiefs trying to get back to 500, trying to eventually take advantage of this division right now. And like I said, it's so fluctuated right now with them, the Chargers and the Broncos. Uh, they need this win right now. I feel like this is a critical win for them, for the Kansas City Chiefs right now. Just so when Rashid Rice come back after this game, I feel like they can really, really start to get on their run and try to make another fourth appearance in the Super Bowl and try to get another ring, man. We already know we trying to make it happen. The Bears coming off a bye week, they finna go up against the Commanders. Like I said, Jaden Daniels had a real good game last game to come back after he missed that game with the little knee injury. He was able to lead his team to a victory. You feel me? Make some real good passes. Made some decent little runs too. He ain't just sit in that pocket with that knee brace on and look one dimensional. He was able to get outside the pocket, make some throws on the run, make some runs down the field. They running game looked real good. I know we was talking about their running game for us when Austin Eckler went down, what they was gonna be able to do. Their running game looked real good last week too. So the Bears, who just came off a 2-game winning streak, coming off this bye, they going up against this Commanders team. Last year, you see, was a thriller last year. You feel me? So we're gonna see how this game gonna go. We're gonna see how this game gonna go too. And then the Bills play the Falcons. The Falcons coming off a real big win last week, and then the Bills coming off a loss against the Patriots. You know they want to bounce back because they feel like they should have played way better than what they did. And you know the Falcons looking out to go and stop the Bills. The Falcons got a real solid defense out there, and they run the ball good and they run the ball good with B.J. Robinson, and he catch the ball good outside the backfield too. So look for them to do damage with B. John Robinson in a in that passing game, if you ask me, to if they want to beat the Buffalo Bills. But the Buffalo Bills trying to bounce back, it's gonna be tough though, cause the Falcons got a real good front seven too, with them linebackers and that D line too. They get after the quarterback, they get sacks, and like I say, if you able to put pressure on Josh Allen, force him into some bad throws, or just force him to run backwards in the backfield, get him some plays for losses, get him in them long third down situations, and you will be able to do the same thing the Patriots was able to do. Keep him at bay, keep their points low, you feel me, and pull out a victory in the end. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about those games. Let me know who y'all gonna think who gonna win, or at least let me know what games I left off that I should have been looking at too. You feel me? But other than that, you already know there's another good episode of Great Conversations and Guests. You feel me? Remember to add me on Facebook at John Morant. Y'all, they got Instagram at the Instagram page at GreatConvo&Guests _ Make sure y'all get my boy behind the lens, Taj _ Miller. You feel me? Y'all already know. As long as y'all keep fucking with us, keep dropping with it.